All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, call I am La Ilaha Yahweh by Shimei Al Shai by Shimei Al Kakarash. I want to give double honors to the apostle of the great Muslim who's going to teach well, and a hearty Shalom to the elect. All right, we're going to talk about, I got some information on nuclear attacks, okay? All right, because that's what's going to happen here in America. All right, America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. All right. Let's see. I don't know why it looks like that, but nonetheless, America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, okay? And I was looking at an article earlier about North Korea and America in regards to their, here it goes. It says North Korea slams U.S. nuclear threat. All right, I'm going to just read a little bit of it. It says, this from Newsweek, it says North Korea on Sunday accused the U.S. of posing a nuclear threat to the country after Washington and its security treaty ally South Korea conducted a simulation exercise. All right, so the Lord is preparing America and all these other nations to make threats and or sooner rather than later come to pass with the actions, with actions backed up with nuclear threats, okay, instead of just saying this or saying that. All right, they're going to break treaties, they're going to break treaties, and then they're going to, attack. And there's things that has to happen before that, like the MOTB, all right, persecution, all right, and then World War III. But nonetheless, let's see. All right, that's all I'm going to read from there. It's a lot more. All right, but get into what it is that I have. All right, this is an article from, or a newspaper from the Department of Homeland Security. Okay, and I just want to read on here a few things about nuclear missiles. Okay, or nuclear attack. All right, and the impacts of it. Okay. So I'm gonna start here. It says nuclear devices. Traditional Cold War concerns were focused on the possible use of military nuclear weapons. All right. Well, that possible use has grown tremendously. Okay. It says a nuclear terrorist attack might be carried out with an improvised nuclear device. All right. Such as intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay. All right. Which is a crude nuclear device built from the components of a stolen weapon or from scratch using nuclear material, plutonium, or highly enriched uranium. All right. So these are the elements that will make up a nuclear device. Okay. All right. I'm not concerned about who has access to them. Okay. Here we go. What is the impact of a nuclear attack? All right. A nuclear attack could cause substantial fatalities, injuries, and infrastructure damage from the heat and the blast of the explosion, and significant radiological consequences for both the initial nuclear radiation and the radioactive fallout that settles after the initial event. All right, so sounds like it's going to be a bunch of fire. Sounds like it's going to be a bunch of death and destruction. Okay. And this is what you want to be protected from. All right, this is Isaiah 13:6. It says, how ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. All right, and when the Lord has these nations, and when the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, has these nations shoot off these thermonuclear missiles, all right, the destruction is actually coming from the Lord, okay, because he's the one that put it in the minds of these political leaders of these countries, all right, to shoot their thermonuclear missiles off, whether it be at America or America shooting off at South Korea, or North Korea, or China shooting off at America, or India shooting off at America, Russia shooting off at America, or wherever, okay? But we know that majority of the destruction from it is going to hit America, okay? So it says, how you, for the day of the Lord is at hand. And every day that we go by, it's closer and closer for the day of the Lord to come, okay? Let me just click on this. It says, verse 7, therefore shall all hands be faint, every man's heart shall melt. Yeah, because you don't know if you're going to make it. You don't know if you're going to be delivered, okay, from that thermonuclear fire that's coming, or from anything that's coming prior to that, okay? So, and when those missiles, get shot, if there's any warning system that's going to come off or go about, people are going to be in a state of panic, okay? Verse 8, it says, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. What land? America. Okay. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of our people, okay, because those are the actual sinners, okay, because they go against the laws, statutes, commandments of the Lord. They don't try to at least respect or honor the Lord in any way. And then the rest of the nations that's here, they're gonna be destroyed anyway or let off into captivity. All right. So it says here, I'm going back to this article. It says an electromagnetic pulse from the explosion could also disrupt telecommunication and power distribution. I see this, I think it was on TikTok or something, where the first intercontinental ballistic missiles that will get launched off are going to, may explode in the sky and knock out all the satellites and all the technological advances, things that's up there in the atmosphere, okay, that provide us with some type of resource down here. All those things are going to get knocked out. People are going to be on, their day-to-day lives, not aware of what's going on above them, but they're going to be affected by it below. Okay. All right. They might be driving on the highway and their car shuts down. People might be at the gas station, the grocery store. People might be at home. When those things happen, when people lose the resources that they, use on a daily basis, all right, such as power, people are going to lose their mind. Okay. And it's going to happen. All right. But nonetheless, keep reading. It says, the energy released by a nuclear explosion is distributed roughly as 50% shockwave, 35% heat, 5% initial nuclear radiation, and 10% fallout radiation. This distribution varies depending on the design of the weapon and the altitude of the explosion. Box 1 describes the characteristics of a nuclear explosion. All right, so let's go to box 1. All right, I believe this is box 1. So you see here the bomb site, which is the direct impact. People are going to be within the rings of this impact and the outside of the impact, okay? So you see here it says bomb site. That's directly in the middle, and you see heat, red. That's a severe shockwave damage, okay? Then you got the orange. It says lethal prompt initial radiation. Then you have severe thermal radiation, all right? And then you have on the outside prevailing wind. And then you have here general radioactive fallout pattern. All right, so let's read this, the affected area. Initial effects or prompt effects, okay? I would believe that is here. This yellow, or what is orange, this light orange circle. It says of nuclear explosion, shockwave, thermal heat, energy, and initial radiation cover an approximately circular area of devastation. Effects decrease with distance and from the ground zero. And ground zero would be, I believe, right here, this black dot, the bomb site. It says for nuclear devices with a higher yield, heat damage becomes the primary initial effect of concern, eclipsing both the damage from the shockwave and the initial radiation. So heat, the Lord is coming with fire. All right, let's get this. This is 2 Peter 3:10. It says, "But the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up." Look at that word fervent. All right, to burn up, set fire to, and that's what the Lord just got planned for America, to set fire to this place. All right. It says to suffer with feverish burning, all right, to be parched with fever, all right, but right here to burn up, all right, fervent heat. America's going to be set to fire, man. All right. It says here, all right, radioactive fallout. It says here, fallout spreads in an irregular elliptical pattern in the direction the wind blows. So if the wind is blowing, like you see here, from left to right, then that's where the fallout pattern is going to go. But if it's blowing from north to south, or north to south, or from east to west, then that's the way the radiation is going to go. People are going to be affected by that, okay? All right, it says the most dangerous fallout would occur near the explosion site within minutes of the explosion, but fallout carrying lethal radiation doses could be deposited several miles away. Fallout could potentially travel hundreds of miles, but its concentration and radiation dose decrease as it spreads and as time passes. Well, the scriptures say that John the Revelator saw 200,000, okay, which I believe is 200 million thermonuclear missiles coming at this place. So that radiation fallout is going to be going from different directions and different based on the way the wind blows, and it's going to travel. Okay, it's going to travel, like you said, hundreds of miles, probably even thousands of miles. Okay, because there's going to be so many missiles that hit this place. All right, let's see. All right, it says, what is the danger? It says the number and type of fatalities and injuries depend on a factor, including the yield of the nuclear device. All right, let's see what that means. Yield. All right, it says produce or provide. So, what else does it say? All right, then it says here a mass or structure give way under force or pressure. So the provided pressure, okay, or the produced pressure or force, okay, is what yield means. So the produced pressure or force, all right, of the nuclear device. It says here the population near the site of explosion and in the fallout path and weather conditions, even a partial nuclear detonation could produce many casualties in a densely populated area. All right, an extensive weapon effects testing program and studies of the 1945 bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki provide what we know about the effects of nuclear explosions. Was box 2. Oh, here we go. This is box 2. And this is something that you can just, DHS.gov. Let's see, there was something else I wanted to read on here, but I can't find it. Let's see. It said it has something to do with the sun. Let's see. No, I guess it's not on here. All right, but yeah, just a little information. Okay. All right. When the Lord brings these missiles, it's not going to be for play, or none of that nonsense, man. Okay. It's going to be destroy 2/3 of our people, destroy America, and to destroy whoever else. As far as these other nations, the Lord has it out for. Okay, we know Esau is going down. We know all these other nations are going down. They're going to end up in slavery. But before then, they're going to be destroyed in some way, form, or fashion. And then they're going to get first fruits of slavery or be born into it. All right, let's go to Jeremiah. All right, this is Jeremiah 50. And verse 12. All right, it says, "Your mother shall be sore confounded." And who is the mother of America, Great Britain? All right, it says, "She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, a desert." All right, that's what's going to happen to America. It's going to be a dry land. It's going to be a desert, just like ancient Babylon is. If you've ever been to Iraq, majority of it is a desert, man. Okay. It says, "Because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues." Part of the plague that's going to be in America, you're going to have, different animals, different wild beasts out here, and then you'll have that minor confusion in regards to you not knowing what state was where. All right, you're not going to know Texas from Montana, or you're not going to know Virginia from California. Okay. It says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her." All right, what are these bows? What are they shooting? And this time, all right, thermonuclear missiles. Okay. It says, "Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord." And how did this land, all right, sin against the Lord? This land holds the blood of the people of the Lord. All right, and that bloodshed was caused by you other nations. All right, especially Esau, Edom. All right. And the Lord got this weapon that you have built just to destroy you. All right. But let me see if I can just. Here goes the link for this Homeland Security library about nuclear missiles. All right, Lord, we edify to the next time. Shalom.